Hi, Jason Dixon here with Newberger & Company for your Training Tip Tuesday. So have you, or more likely somebody you know, ever tried to lose weight or save money? They just find it pervasive or so challenging. What's going on with that? And it usually falls into the trap, some kind of trap that we're falling into that keeps us from accomplishing that mission. They're certainly accomplishable tasks, but we somehow make it hard for ourselves to do that. The traps that we sometimes set are, usually surrounding something like commitment. We're not fully committed to that goal or to accomplishing that thing, and because we're not fully committed, we don't have a plan, or we have a plan but we're not tracking the plan. And then the worst one is we're tracking but we're not optimizing, and we end up saying things like, or we hear our friends say things like, I don't know what's going on, I'm eating all of the right stuff, I'm not spending frivolously, but I'm just not getting it done. The problem is they're not optimizing. You got to make sure you're watching what those behavior traps are and creating a plan for dealing with those and a strategy for dealing with those. Let's deal with two of the three. So the three behavior traps are: one, commitment. Let's assume for the purposes of this that you're committed. You want that thing that you're trying to accomplish. Let's put that one off to the side. The other two behavior traps are tracking and optimization. So tracking, whatever the goal is, whether it's losing weight, whether it's saving money, whether it's selling more, something business related, whatever it is, you build that plan. You've got to have a process in place to track those results every day, and it's got to be that consistent. Let's talk about sales for a second. One of the processes that you might have heard from us is cookbook or a personal business plan. You need to track every day your behaviors against accomplishing that goal. The purpose for doing this, one, is a little bit of small victory, right? A little bit of accomplishment. Each day you get to see what you've accomplished and feel good about it. But also it allows you to look at data over the course of time or over the period of time and make changes or adjustments to it. But let's get back to tracking. Some people think that tracking is just so difficult. You've got to have systems in place, and there's tons of software, there's tons of things out there that you can use for this. It could also just be a simple spreadsheet. It could be a piece of paper that sits by your desk where you're tracking your calls and your meeting set. Start tracking against the result or the commitment that you've made. Once you have that data, now set a frequency with yourself that you're reviewing it on some regular basis. Ideally, if it's for the sales environment, you want to look at that at least on a weekly basis, and I might recommend twice a week. Wednesday's a really good day to look back at your tracking, at your plan, what you've done so far this week. Look at the result that you should have accomplished in this period of time, and if you're not accomplishing the goal, or if you're not at something like 50% or more of what you've set out to do that week, you have to change your plan, you have to optimize it, make a change and adjust in that week. The nice thing about that is you get to make small changes, not big, massive changes, but all of this only becomes possible if you've got a good tracking system in place, you're committed to the goal that you want to go after, and then you have a frequency of optimization so that you're adjusting and making small adjustments over time. There's a lot to talk about here. I don't have much more time to do it. If you want more on this, feel free to reach out. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. Reach out to me, reach out to any of the other consultants here at Newberger & Company. We'd be happy to help you create your behavior traps. Thanks.